Hey, I'm Tackett, and I'm a 15-year-old actor. I first got involved in acting whenever I was around 7, and that's when I was in my first theatrical production. It was called The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. And then after that, I was sort of hooked on theater acting, and ever since then I've been in. I'm working on my 13th theatrical production, and I've loved every minute of theater. It looks good on a resume, and in my opinion, it takes more talent to be in theater because you got one shot to get it right instead of 20 takes to get it right. And if you mess up, you have to play it off well instead of like in film. If you mess up, you just get another retake until it's perfect. And nothing in theater is perfect, which I think is good. And also, it takes guts to perform in front of thousands of people, you know. But my favorite role for a theater play was probably the part of John in Peter Pan. Now, my friend James Goggin, got me interested in film acting, and he told me about the first film I was in, which was Steampunk, and that was a good experience because I'd never had any experience with film acting before in my life, and I had no idea that it takes so long to put a film together. I thought we'd be in and out in an hour, and it took like a long time that day, like 6 hours, to get probably what will be about a 2 to 5 minute scene done. And it was nerve-wracking, but it was fun. And that was my first film. And since then, I've been in 6 films, and they've ranged from really independent ones that have no budget to I've done one really high budget film, and that was Secretariat. I'm going to talk about my experience with Secretariat now. It started out, I was at home, bored one day, getting on my acting websites looking for auditions, like any actor my age does. And I came across looking for extras for Walt Disney film, Secretariat. So, I mean, I couldn't turn it down, you know. I was begging my parents, you know, to drive me out to Lexington. I was a photo double for Chris Tweedy, and Chris Tweedy was played by Sean Michael Cunningham. So they took us to the makeup trailer, and we were waiting to get our makeup and hair done, and we ended up not getting them done. But whenever we were waiting, Drew Roy walked out of the makeup trailer. And in case you don't know who he is, he played the part of the bad boy on iCarly, I Date a Bad Boy. Another film I was in was Condition of the Heart. This was a student film done at Asbury College, and it was a short film directed by James Hyatt. A brief summary of it is basically about this girl who's sort of always been in the back of the classroom, and she finally meets this guy who's really nice and understands her, and one day, and they become pretty good friends, and then one day she goes to meet him where he works, and his friends tell her that he's been rushed to the hospital. Another film I was in was a horror movie called Red River. I remember that movie set was very fun because we got to play with snakes that day. They had real snakes there. Another film I was in was Condition of the Heart, and this is a short film. A brief summary of it is basically this girl who's always been left in the crowd, or left in the, cut the camera now, that sometimes it beats irregularly, and eventually he would die from it. And she's her valve, and something's wrong with the stars, and it's really not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. I was a photo double for Chris Tweedy. He was part of the Tweedy family. Dylan Walsh played Jack Tweedy. The person that played me was Sean Michael Cunningham. And